Hello, good morning. I hope that you're all well and that you've had a good week. Now throughout this video you may hear the wind howling. It's a wicked day outside today. The sea is churning and it's angry and the waves are crashing down onto the rocks below our house. Not the day to go out, but I'm sure my boys will still want to go out for a walk later on. We've had some really lovely walks this week. However, our walks have had a slightly sad purpose. At the beginning of the week, an elderly gentleman, I think he's in his 80s or very late 70s, with dementia, went missing and his car was found in our village. So we've had helicopters going around with body heat detectors trying to find him, and the Coast Guards have been patrolling the coast and the coastal paths, and the village has turned out to search for this person. So every day that I've walked with the boys, we've been going off the beaten track just in case we can help and find him. Very sad. I don't think the outlook is good now. It's been a horrible week weather-wise, and if somebody who's elderly has been left out, exposed to the elements, I don't think it's very good. Anyway, let's talk about needlework and nicer things. This week we released our second series of Red House sampler tea towels, and they're beautiful. I have kept my favourite tea towels to the last. These are all Bobby Dazzlers of samplers. The first tea towel is the beautiful, the stunning Anne Castle. And the printing on this is just amazing. They've done such a good job. This is a really, really beautiful sampler, and the tea towel has captured the sampler so beautifully. You would swear that door knocker is literally 3D. Beautiful. Look at those satin stitches. This sampler was stitched by Robert Harris so beautifully. So there we are. That's the first tea towel, Anne Castle. The second tea towel is another Bobby Dazzler. It's Elizabeth Harding, stitched by Bethany Gallant. And again, the printing on this is just, you know, it just makes me so happy to see the quality of the printing and the quality of the fabric used in the tea towels. So that's the second tea towel. And then the third tea towel in the series is Emma Lavinia Croker. And this is a sampler that's very, very dear to my heart. I stitched the model on this one. Really beautiful, delicate colours. And then you've got this beautiful red house, this Georgian house at the bottom. And here is the model for Emma. So the tea towel obviously is bigger than the sampler, but there we are. So these three tea towels, they're sold as a set, and they're on the Hands Across the Sea Samplers website for purchase. And shipping on the tea towels is just £3, no matter where you live in the world. These are beautiful. They look really lovely hung in your kitchen. I know a lot of people aren't using them to dry their dishes, but these tea towels, you know, they are up to the job of drying dishes. And when you wash them, they wash so beautifully. They really do. You'd swear that was linen when you look at it. Really gorgeous. Anyway, those are the tea towels. Enjoy them. Like obviously you can make project bags out of them if you wish, but we have got fabric, printed fabric for you to make items out of. You can use those for drying your dishes. Talking of printed fabric, we've now got the fabric back in stock, and Hobby House will be back in stock this week for the the panels of 12 samplers. A fresh supply of fabric has gone to them. Now, interesting development with the fabric. We've been selling this fabric as cotton fabric, and this is a fat quarter. You get this the right way up. So this is the 100% cotton, which is beautiful quality cotton, it really is. But we thought what would be very useful for needleworkers is to have the fabric available in different fabric. So if you would like any of the designs in linen, this is a little sample of the linen. We also thought it would be quite nice to have it in canvas for a stronger, more robust fabric for, say, tote bags. The printing is so good on these. And then we also have waterproof canvas, which has a lot of body and a special coating so that it is waterproof for bags. And then we also have the most beautiful soft velvet, and this is just, oh, when you touch it, it's so beautiful. This would be lovely made into cushions, pillows, or you could make this into a scarf. It is just, oh, it's beautiful. It really, really is. Now, these aren't on my website yet, but if you would like any of the fabrics that we do in a different material, all you need to do is email me and I can get those in for you. And they're all exactly the same price as the cotton fabric. So there's some alternatives for you. Christmas is coming and one's mind turns to Christmas stitching. Tonight I'm going to finish my existing sampler, and this morning I was thinking about what am I going to stitch next, and it needs to be something Christmassy. So this afternoon or maybe tomorrow morning I'm going to have a rummage in my stock of samplers and see what I can find. But we do have a Christmas sampler in our portfolio and available on our website as a PDF and as a printed booklet, and that is the needlework of Oscar Topsfield. Now, Oscar was a naval cadet at Greenwich, and it was a tradition at the Naval College for students to stitch something to send home to their parents. And this one is just perfect for Christmas. It says, "A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. When this you see, remember me when I am far away from me. To mother and father from Oscar." It's so pretty, and this is a very quick stitch. From the sampler, we also designed 2 pin cushions, and the one pin cushion is very Christmassy. It says, "Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all." And I've got this displayed with some counting pins from Minnie McBean's. So that's part of my Christmas display. The other pin cushion is "When this you see, remember me when I am far away from thee." And again, this is Minnie McBean's counting pins I've got on this little pin cushion. I love having a bowl of pin cushions. It's just really nice to have a nice little accessory in the home of a needleworker. So there's Oscar, a really perfect little Christmas stitch, very, very quick. What else have we got? Oh my gosh. This is a project bag made from one of the panels of 12 samplers that's available on our site. Again, these can be printed in linen or any other fabric if you wanted a different finish on the fabric. Now this is my current project, and last week I said that I hope to finish this in the week, and I should have, But I forgot in my calculations that Ray and I were going out last night to a social event, so I couldn't stitch on it. If I had been home, I would have finished this. This has got 4 borders. The first border has met up, so I've just got to bring these 3 borders down and around. This little sampler, I'm not going to even try to pronounce her first name, but her second name is Cornelia, and she is Van Buren, and she is from the Netherlands. I'm not going to pronounce the name of the place where she lives or lived, but it's now part of Rotterdam. Very pretty sampler, and that's going to be one of the samplers on my red wall from Distant Shores. What else have I got to show you? Oh, now I'm getting ready to show you the beautiful Anne Johnson, which is the exclusive for Traditional Stitches. Next weekend I'm going to feature Anne and talk about her, but I know that Janice has already started featuring Anne Johnson. She's available on Traditional Stitches website for pre-order. Janice has got a gift for people who participate in the Stitch Along. You'll have to go to the Traditional Stitches website to see how you qualify for this gift. But this is Anne Johnson, and Janice has had made beautiful thread beds. Now you may ask what a thread bed is. The inside of this little case or wallet is like a quilting fabric, and what you do is you lay your needle and thread down and it grabs it, it holds it. Very, very useful. You see a lot of people using these when you go to workshops and retreats. It's a great way of just putting your needle and thread down and knowing it's not going to go anywhere. It's beautiful, really, really pretty. Just show it once more. Next week we'll talk about Anne in depth, and I will have the model here. It is a real Bobby Dazzler of a sampler. It was reproduced and stitched by Lisa, and she did the most amazing job. Okay, so oh gosh, I was a lucky girl this week. I had the most amazing present come. It's this beautiful snood. I'm going to put it on. Just one moment. It is really, really gorgeous. Needleworkers are so kind. This is soft and oh, it's just, you feel all cozy when you put it on. And this is something that, it's an item that I wear a lot. Like, we live in a large, old, drafty house, and you know, these sort of things are just perfect. When you stitch at night and it's cold, you don't want sort of like chunks or layers and layers of chunky clothes on, because you can't stitch properly. But something like this keeps you lovely and cozy. Do you think we're going out for a walk now? Mummy's put something around her neck. Whoa. He's such a good boy, but he's getting so grey, aren't you? That grey is spreading. Okay, so the card that came with this lovely present, I think the needleworker has made this herself. It's beautiful, and it's got this lovely cross stitch on as well. It says, Dearest Nicola, thank you so much for all you have done and continue to do for our cross-stitching community. I was fortunate to get both red boxes, and they have helped to get me through 2023, as it's been a difficult year. As a dog lover yourself, I know you will understand my story. Our 12-year-old German Shepherd was diagnosed with degenerative myelopathy just after Christmas 2022. This began with some paralysis in her back legs when she was unable to get to a standing position on her own. Needless to say, she needed a lot of support, and I was afraid to leave her alone in case she did try to get up and injured herself. Once up, she could get around with some support. Staying home with her was made easier by my crafts. cross stitch, knitting, quilting, card making. They all helped, so thank you. I'm sending a gift to keep you warm on your walks with the dogs. It's hand knit with a soft cozy wool. I hope you can use it. I certainly can, and it is. It's beautifully soft. It's just so cozy. On a sad note, we did have to put our beautiful girl to sleep last week. The house seemed so empty and quiet without her. I'm so sorry. Our dogs, they're our babies, and they fill our hearts, and they leave a big gap in our hearts as well. I am sorry, but thank you for this beautiful, beautiful gift. It was going to have so much use. Another card is the beautiful Lucy Barber. This sampler makes me smile every time I see it. This sampler actually hangs on the sampler wall in my kitchen, and when I'm making a hot drink, I see this, and I sort of, as I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I look at this sampler. It's a short card. It says, "Dear Nicola, never stop celebrating. Happy birthday all year long, and sincerely endless thanks for the opportunity to experience your red box. As a beginning cross stitcher, your gift brought pure joy and an opportunity to try things. Thank you. I had lost my creative spirit after losing my husband in 2020. And your samplers, along with your Flosstubes, rekindled my stitchy soul. Wishing you all the very best with the most heartfelt appreciation." I'm so sorry you lost your husband. One of the recurring themes through the cards is how much cross stitch means to us, and it fills gaps in our life. And everybody experiences loss in one form or another. And although cross stitch doesn't replace a loved one, it does help. It really, really does. So keep cross stitching. Every stitch counts. It really does. Talking of loss, one of the things I love doing, I love reading headstones in graveyards, and I also like reading the obituaries in the Times. You just learn about the life of some very interesting people, or people who have put back into society in one shape or another. And something I read in an obituary this week, I thought that is such a good quote, and I did sort of put a twist on that quote, and I used it this week in the Great British Sampler Weekend Comes to America 2024. One of the things that I like doing is when I plan a retreat, when we stage a retreat, I don't want it just to be that weekend. I want it to be from the moment it's announced to all the way through to the event, so that the people who are attending can bond, can have some fun. And with the Great British Sampler Weekend Comes to America 2024, we did the same as we did for the 2023 event. We opened a private Facebook group where we're having activity, we're having some fun. Just a moment. I'm sorry about that. Ray just came to tell me that one of the search parties for that missing gentleman has come to ask if they can search the grounds of our home, which of course they can. We have already searched them. We've got quite a bit of garden here, and quite a bit of it is semi-wild because we like to promote a habitat for wildlife. Okay, so where did I get to? I can't remember. Oh yes, the Great British Sampler Weekend. So anyway, this week, in the Facebook group for the 2024 event, we gave the group the second sampler for them to work on. And it's not straightforward. It's got a little bit of a twist where they've got to use some of their own creativity to stitch the sampler. Anyway, if you are coming to the 2024 event and you are not a member, you need to email me so we can get you joined into that group. You can't find it on Facebook because it is like a secret group. Anyway, let's get back to how I started this sort of section. In this obituary, there was a quote: "What is the great thing to be gained from learning in youth? It is that everything learned is to lead to something further. That is, to give the person power to do something beyond himself." I thought that was absolutely brilliant. If we step outside our comfort zone, we grow. And the sampler, the Great British Sampler Weekend 2024 is asking people to step outside their comfort zone to grow. Anyway, I just thought that was really, really lovely. Okay, is there anything else to mention? Not that I can think of. Tonight, I really want to get that little sampler finished. I'm going to the framers on Tuesday. Today I'm going to be stretching and lacing some models to take to the framers. We haven't released many samplers over the last couple of months because we've been very busy with other things, but we are going to start to have some new releases coming out. We've got a lot of models waiting to be released. Looking forward to that. Anyway, until next week, stay well, stay safe. Bye-bye.